Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to bring all the artists who've spoken this evening. We've got Andy Malone, Cherisse Datu, Latoya Peterson, Lexa Walsh, Shawn Pierre, and Trinh. Thanks everyone so much for coming and joining me up here. So I'm going to kick it off with maybe an introductory question, and I'd just love to hear your answers. And I guess my first question is, how do you see your work differently now in the context of the full group presentation?
I was really glad we had this event today because I feel like I learned a lot about not only about my fellow artists but also about the amendments that they were working on. That I think that this was a great for community building, and it was also I feel like I feel like we're now, or at least I'll speak for myself. It feels a little more cohesive as far as how my work and how I'm thinking about the amendment, and how I see everyone's got a different take and how they're thinking about the amendment in different mediums and different ways of doing it. That I can see how it all comes together now. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure if that was the question you intended to go on, but
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How about someone else? How do you see your work differently in the context of the full group presentation, or where's it taking you?
I'll chime in that yeah, I'm just sort of amazed and blown away by the diversity of approaches, and it makes me realize that my approach is, although it is critical, it's coming from this place of play and fun as an introduction to the critical, and it might not appear that way from the outside, and it's and some people's are like sort of deep from the get-go, and but in a way I think that's going to be this interesting approach for the audiences to come and engage, and there's something for everyone to dig into.
Yeah, as the person who self-proclaimed has the most useless amendment, I think it's nice that the rest of the project sort of upholds this more sort of like somewhat more serious and actually tackling the issue instead of, I suppose, taking a sharp left turn into absurdist sci-fi fiction. And we've been, I feel like we've all been teasing each other with our games for the past year because we've been working on this project for a long time. And it's so exciting to see how far everyone's work has come along and really crystallized into these fully realized and individual pieces that are different from each other, but have so much connections between them. I see also a lot of connections between the work and research that I've been doing and everyone else's as well. And it's very exciting to see. And I can't wait to see them all together in the context of the space.
Yeah, I want to just add that I don't know if we should fight for the most useless amendment or if that should be a survey at the end of the experience. But I definitely want people leaving with like a sense of humor and also like a sense of hope and like a sense of change. And I think that's kind of like the hard bit with everything, is going in like, this is the document we refer to, but who are we? Like, for example, in the Fourth Amendment, it protects persons, and so who are persons, you know? So it's just I don't want to fight over what the most useless amendment is, but I think mine could probably give yours a run for you.
I think another question I have, I mean, there's collectively this group, and there's another group tomorrow evening as well, right? There's another 5 artists presenting tomorrow night. But collectively, there's many different approaches to the Bill of Rights that you've each taken. And, you know, some of you have taken more expressive approaches that sort of just kind of are inspired by the fifth, you know, the amendment you're working with. Others are, you know, of the artists are working more in a way where like you, the player, are put into a difficult situation and sort of made to sort of feel perhaps what it's like to be in a situation where that amendment applies and impinges on you. I wonder, have you seen any approaches in gameplay in another artist's work here this evening that you now want to emulate or borrow for your own future work?
Andy's pieces look so much fun. And I've been working on sculptures of my own. It's very new. I've never done sculpture before, but now I'm ready to hop into it and really make those pieces. Yeah, there's something really physical about the way your work is, Andy, that I find extremely fun. It's very lovely.
Oh, thank you, V. Appreciate that. And I, on my end, I'm in awe of the electronic and the programming. Everyone that does that stuff, without even, it's no big deal for programmers to do it. But I love, I would love to learn that and love to incorporate that into my work.
I like particularly in Shawn's project, an approach which it's almost like it's a game that's really best played by people who know each other very, very well. And this idea that like, someone's tells. And so like trying to see if each other are lying there's a rich psychological space that Shawn is leveraging in your work there that I think is really important and sort of interpersonal space.
Yeah, it's a problem I have where I like seeing people mess with each other. I need to figure out why I keep doing that. But yeah, it's really one of my favorite things about making interactive experiences is watching the player stories that happen, not just during the game, but what happens afterwards and seeing their interactions and the conversations they had and what just comes of the entire experience. And then maybe they think they can go about doing the whole thing again, play it differently and have a whole new story to tell. So but that's the thing I also like about everything else here. Everything is allows for so much player expression during and afterwards, where everyone does walk away with something that feels unique, that feels special, that they feel like this whole exhibit was something that was tailored to them because they're able to make something so personal or get involved with something so personal. So I think that's super impressive that everyone was able to do that. And it's makes me really inspired to even continue working on this and maybe change things up just to embody some more of the spirit that everyone else has into my work.
I think also the sort of like similarities between Shawn and Lexa's pieces that I kind of want to embody the next time I make games is that the interaction is less with the game in and of itself and more with the other people who are playing with you. And I think that's amazing because it adds extra life to it and it can change every single time. And instead of fighting against, I suppose, like these large immovable systems, they become more human and more interpersonal. Yeah. Next time for me.
Well, I think this is a really good time to kind of bring things to a close. I want to thank all of the artists who are here and who presented this evening for sharing your work so generously. You got just a couple more months to kind of tidy up your installation for the presentation at Federal Hall Memorial in New York City, where the birthplace of the Constitution, your game will be presented on July 4th. So we're really looking forward to that. And I just want to kind of announce just who we will be seeing tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening at the same time, 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have Peter Bradley, Broken Ghost, and Moaw, which is Arnab Chakravarty, Ian McNeely, and Mina Ko. So we're really looking forward to their presentation. Great collaboration. Danielle Isadora Butler, Ryan Kuo, and arts.codes, which is Melissa F. Clarke and Margaret Schedel. So those will be our presenters tomorrow evening. And once again, we will also have a Q&A or bit of a group discussion at the end of the day tomorrow. Thanks again, everyone, and see you tomorrow.